The America's Cup. The Copa America Soccer Championship is the most important national men's team championship in that sport on the American continent and one of the oldest. It is organized by the South American Football Confederation. There are 10 teams that make up the South American Football Confederation Conmebol to participate in the Copa America. In addition to them, 2 invited teams usually participate. Some history. In the early years of the 20th century, soccer was a sport in full swing after its arrival in South America by immigrants and merchants of British origin. The history of this tournament tells that the first international tournament held between teams from this continent occurred in 1910 when Argentina organized an event to commemorate the centenary of the May Revolution, to which it invited the teams from Chile and Uruguay. Likewise, to celebrate the centenary of independence, Argentina held a tournament between July 2 and 17, 1916, in which the guests of the 1910 Cup together with Brazil attended the first formally constituted competition, with Uruguay becoming the champion of the tournament. In this way, this South American National Team Championship would be the first edition of what is currently known as Copa America. During this first edition, more precisely on July 9, the founding of the confederation that brings together the South American national teams, Conmebol, was celebrated in Buenos Aires, Argentina. In 1917, the new edition of the Copa America would be held in Uruguay, the country that would once again be the champion, thus obtaining the 2-time championship in 2 cups held. Since then, the competition has been played 41 times, with Argentina and Uruguay as its top winners, each with 14 titles. Only until 1921 would the 5th participant enter this tournament, Paraguay in 1926, and the following year, Bolivia and Peru would be included. Brazil has 7 titles, Paraguay and Peru have 2 each, and Bolivia and Colombia have won once each. Ecuador, Chile and Venezuela have not yet won it. Until 1975, the competition was known as the South American National Team Championship, and after its activation, that year it was officially called the Copa America. That same year, the tournament was no longer held in a single venue, and the final to decide the champion after 2 matches was at the Olympic Stadium in Caracas, between Peru and Colombia, with the Peruvian team winning. In 1986, Conmebol would re-establish a fixed venue format, and starting in 1987 the event would be held every 2 years. Additionally, it would be hosted on a rotating basis by one of the 10 member confederations. Starting in 1993, Conmebol would invite 2 members of CONCACAF Central American Football Confederation to compete in the competition, reaching the total of 12 participating teams and imposing the current phase format of 3 groups of 4 members, and then 8-team playoffs. Colombia in the Copa America. Only until 1945 did Colombia have its first participation in the Copa America, the oldest national team tournament in the world. In this tournament, for the first time, the team faced the great teams of South American soccer, Brazil, Uruguay, Chile and Argentina. All of these matches meant heavy defeats. However, Colombia obtained an important victory over Ecuador, and a draw against Bolivia that placed it in 5th place. Participation in the South American was very valuable for the Colombian team, which faced countries where soccer was already professional and had much more roots than in Colombia, where there was not yet a national championship. In 2001, Colombia hosted the Copa America, and it was there, on its own ground, that it won its first title. Our country plays an excellent role in the Cup, as it is crowned champion of the event for the first time and also without conceding the goal in the tournament.